Yes.
You can hear? Okay.
Now
Perfect.
we're recording.
So this is the good, we've been doing, this is our fourth week, I think, fourth or fifth week, I think. And it's great because it is mastermind. I've learned a lot of stuff that I want to be able to share with you. Milt he has a ton of contacts and follow-up boss. So he was just about to tell us some of the secret sauces that he's figured out. And that's great because I don't have any contacts other than whatever's been imported and stuff like that. So
And Francisca, before we get started, Heather just was able to send you the email, so you should have an email.
invitation from kvCORE probably goes to your spam.
Okay, to start from zero, right?
Start from zero, but we do have everything in the hub.
Okay.
When you go over to the hub, the agent hub, and you click on MAXTech, all of the Zooms and a bunch of other videos are already on there. So we'll have, here's the Zoom replays of what we've been doing. And then I have a bunch of other videos and tutorials and stuff like that. So we keep
Yeah,
everything.
I did see some of those, but I need like basics. I need to go back to the to zero.
That's right there. Right there is
Which
it is really, it's MAXTech powered by kvCORE. It is theirs, like what to expect agent level. It's their basics. The first
Okay.
video they tell you to do.
is
And
that the one, the agent onboarding one?
yep, so that's going to be for agent when it comes to MAXTech, they're going to require that. But not only that, when you log in for the first time and see your dashboard, you're going to see blue bubbles that you cannot get rid of. And it is your agent launch checklist. Go through each of those. That's number one, just one, to get rid of it. Two, it's interactive. So it's going to help you learn how to navigate through the system to find stuff.
Okay.
Until you complete those, you're not able to get rid of those blue bubbles, and they're annoying if
Yes,
you
they
don't
are.
finish them. So that's number one, is you're going to have an onboarding checklist. Then of course we have a bunch of videos and I like these past recordings because I can go right there instead of registering for a live one. These are all the same class, just different dates. I just go in there and click on it and watch it at my convenience versus registering and having to be available, at whatever time they're doing it. And there's tons of videos. Each tab is a different class. So it's not like you have to watch 15 videos. These are all the same slide deck, just different people inside asking different questions. So you don't have to watch all of them. These are all an hour long. So just pick one and you can watch it at your convenience. I like it that way. But of course, you can always go here and register for a live training. That is what all of those tabs are. I have a hard time watching stuff in the middle of the day. It's so much easier for me just to go and click on a past one. I'll get all the information.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I'm up at 3, so I'll have it playing on one end and I'm working on the other screen, and just that works for me, but it's completely up to you. And then of course, here is kvCORE training. This is their live class schedule. So you can see there's tons and tons and tons of training, but start with this one and your checklist. That'll at least get you going and all that fun stuff.
Awesome, thank you.
So Milt, tell us your secrets on, so you imported, and of course, where you're importing from, Follow-Up Boss would have a ton of information. It's like, to me, that is a true like CRM. So it's odd to me that the notes didn't get pulled over, especially because you had them do it, because they'll do it for free. I'm just surprised they wouldn't have an auto sync for Follow-Up Boss since it's so big.
The notes came across. However, I have all my phone calls, all my emails. I have all that stuff that was in where I can just look at someone, a lead or a person, and see exactly where I'm at, refresh my head before I make a phone call. And it didn't bring anything over like
No,
that.
and I don't think, like, when you're just like here, if you were to export and I go to click on this person and I have like everything that they've done, every correspondence, every email, when you export, that data never pulls over. So that's Nor,
I went through this when I went from top producer to follow-up boss and now, and all along the way. So I think what you almost have to do is pick your poison and say, okay, where are my top people? Where are the ones that I'm really working with? And those are the ones I'm going to maybe take like a copy and paste, bring them over to the new and just go with it. And that's pretty much where I'm at. I haven't done a lot of the things that we've been doing on during our classes here, just because I have to get my foundation set up first. So that's really what I'm doing. And then I have different categories, the sphere, the prospect, new, that to me is just too general for a lot of my people. So I was able to get down to where you're able to take, let's say, an active lead and make another category where you can put the boxes up top. So that's really what I'm in the process of doing, trying to say, okay, who's important, who's not important. And it's really, I don't know how everyone else is seeing it, but there's a lot of categories that you use, and instead of just dumping everything into one. So
right, and that's great to build up that foundation. It will be nice, like once we get back from R4, we'll be, how do we send mass emails, like a newsletter type thing. And I actually have a meeting with someone who now works at kvCORE because they recruited her, but she was like me and did newsletters for offices inside of kvCORE. So my account rep wanted to make sure I connected with her so she can give me some pointers, because I've been trying to play with that a little bit, but it wasn't quite like I thought it would be. So that'll be nice when you start sending those newsletters or any mass emails. Once you get those replies, because then that way you can bring in more information into kvCORE from your follow-up boss for the people who are actually interacting with you, and maybe kind of work it that way as well for those past clients and stuff like that.
I took everything off of active campaigns, all the emails. I took everything off because I didn't want people getting stuff where they really shouldn't be getting stuff right now.
You took it off for everybody, including leads that are coming through, or you took it away from the people you've uploaded?
Probably everything. I don't know. I'm not that far yet, because when I was going through my people, there were just old stuff, and they were signed up to get email things that I don't want that to happen. People that I know said, not interested, 3 years ago, and that kind of stuff. And it's possible to start them in and then let them tell me again they're not interested. But that might be something that we talk about when you and I have a
Right. And you can, like when you're in here, I'm in the marketing and I go into behavior automation. This is the more aggressive behaviors, but it really will depend on if they're interacting with your website. You can see, like, if a lead or a contact does this behavior, this will happen. So it's almost like an if this, then that. So when you're under that behavior, it says, okay, a lead comes back to my website after not being on there for 2 weeks, this will happen. A lead goes to my site 5 times in 7 days, this is going to happen. So I love the behavior, because it is based on their behaviors. When I come over to the marketing again, and I come over to smart campaigns, this is something where it depends on what they are, whether they're a new lead, active. And I know we kind of went over the client's journey. Maybe we don't want them on, and you'll be able to tell if they're on anything, but I wouldn't shut everything off, especially for new leads, because we like to think of these smart campaigns and behavior alerts as almost being our assistant to kind of eliminate these looky-loos that, almost anybody who's just on a website, it creates a lead. One person.
Can you go over that beginning part again? Right before the smart campaign, We were in marketing,
I was in the behavior automation.
so we get that where?
When you go into marketing,
Got it, yep.
behavior automation, this is going to be different things that happen based on anybody who's in your database, their behavior. Mostly it's going to be as far as your website. Like they, sometimes people, they sign up, they register, and then they don't, you get all these prompts, nothing happens. And then they come back after 6 months, or they visit the same property over and over. That's when a text or something is going to work on your behalf, trying to get them to engage with you. And of course, that changes their status once they do. So I love these behavior automations because it does seem more real-like, and it's touching them right as they're coming back to a website after not being on it or something like that. Of course, you can preview, you can edit. There's an email or a text. For the most part, anytime you see that it's an email and a text option, it will always want to do the text. But if they do not have a good cell phone number, it's going to revert to the email. So if somebody has like a landline, it's going to do the email. And the same thing goes, and I did want to, because when I was doing a class, we figured this out. So we love the birthdays and home anniversary texts and emails that go out. But I wanted to show like how weird, I mean, it's great. It asks a question. It's just not how I would say something. So I wanted to show, of course, birthday emails and texts. I would almost turn this on for everybody. And I think the default is maybe everyone. I'm not sure. I'm just in my account. So when I come over to the birthday text and I want to see what it looks like, I changed it to, are you doing anything fun? Because the default text was, okay, so this may be the default text. It's like, are you doing anything fun? To me,
Yes,
that sounded weird and probably not what I would exactly say to just anybody. So if it's not what you would do, I wanted to show you how we can change that. And I'm going to go ahead and X out of this. And I'm going to come over to, so we can see what the homeversary text is. So this is somebody, basically, if you have, when they closed on their property inside of your contact, this is what they'll get on their anniversary of their home. So it says, I hope you're celebrating today because it's your home anniversary. How are you liking the house? Let me know if you need an investment property. That to me sounds super awkward. So I would not use that. So I wanted to show you, this is the text and it's saying what template it's using. So now what we have to do is we have to come back over to Smart Campaigns, come over to templates, and I am just going to type in happy and do a search because that is where both of those are. So here we see happy birthday email. I am going to clone it. So now it'll say copy. So now, oh, I just did the email. Okay, that was fine. I want to do my text. So get out of here. Okay, where's my happy birthday email? Where's my happy birthday? Oh, I have to click that. So I'm on templates. This is email. Text message is going to give me my text message templates. And that's what the one I wanted to change. So let me go do a search again for happy. So happy birthday text. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to clone it. So this is where I don't mind most of it. I just, are you doing anything fun? I just the way that's worded, I wouldn't say it that way. Maybe I'll say, do you have any special plans for the day? Plans for the day. Whenever you're sending some sort, instead of just texting someone happy birthday, by asking a question, it's creating a call to action for engagement, which that's pretty much the purpose. Yes, we want to send them a happy birthday, but we want to ask them a question because that's going to prompt a conversation. And that's the whole goal. So anytime you see anything that has a text or you're sending someone a text on your own, I would always recommend having some sort of a call to action, some sort of a question that's going to prompt a conversation. I mean, it's always fun. Like, do you have any special plans for the day? And then they let you know what it is. And now you have back and forth conversation with a text from somebody that maybe closed 3-4 years ago. Now you're going to be top of mind. Okay, so I changed this. I'm going to go ahead and yes, I want to clone it. I'm good to go. So now I need to come back over to marketing because I did my clone. I got what I want. I'm going to come back over to birthdays and anniversaries. I'm going to come down here to my birthday text. I'm going to change that template. I'm removing their template and I'm going to, happy birthday. If I can type, happy birthday. Oh, because this happens to me. Refresh your screen so that the new one will pop up. So go back into marketing, go back into, where's my birthdays? I'm going to change the birthday text and I'm going to happy birthday text copy, add template. It allows you can run it the day of their birthday, the day before. I wouldn't recommend doing it the day after their birthday and add template. So now that's changed. I can see that right here. That's different. That way it sounds more like me. So with any of the campaigns, if you're going through them, there is a lot, but just know that you can easily go in there, you can clone it, and that way you can change what's going to work or what days. I know I had done that on the smart campaigns. I was able to, go through and I can click on, this is my active buyer. I can say, this is what it's going to do. I can change, I can edit, I can do any of that. Maybe one of them, the emails may have something about getting pre-qualified or something like that. Maybe I want to add in a couple lenders in that email. So I can edit that, add a couple lenders so that they kind of have a call to action. I wouldn't ever put just one, but I would, put in a couple options for them to be able to call or, email or, the links for that lender's, information. So there's a lot of different things. We can change anything because you can share it, we can remove it, we can clone it, all that kind of fun stuff. The other thing I found out is, and I don't think this will apply to anyone here. So I thought I was losing my mind because most of the agent sites were matching the office that we set up, but I did not realize only an independent agent will mirror the office location. If you're on a team, your site will mirror the team. So when Jen's like, why is Jason's site look like this? And I'm like, I don't know. I swear I did the site. I don't know why it looks like that. It was because he is cloning his team site. If his team site is not mirrored, he is going to get that default Boston, nothing's been done to the website. That's what his website's going to look like. So we need to probably do like a team Zoom so that we can get these teams to order their complimentary. I will set it up for you like magic. It just happens for you so we can get the team sites all set up. So Len, you may want to pass that around because I don't think any team leaders are on here, but that was a big deal because I was like losing my mind, not understanding why some agent sites mirrored everything I set up and some agents had nothing done to them. And that was what I found out was if an agent is on a team, they will mirror their team site. And we did not set up all the team sites. So that was one. I did want to show some of the fun stuff I've been playing with on my website. So here you can see I changed my color template. I figured out why our chat with me button wasn't working. So if you have a Facebook business page, you just add in your Facebook, the end, like your Facebook page name. But there's one thing that's by default is to hide the chat button. And we have to go in and unhide it. And then that'll show up there. This is me just using third parties to add in widgets because we have, we can add in all of that kind of fun stuff on your website. Let's see here. Featured areas, again, you can completely change the look and feel of what we've set up for the office. I think what we have for the office looks pretty good, but maybe you want them in a different order. We can completely do that for you. They've added a lot more widgets and I am loving them. And then I changed the color. I think by default, this one's black, but I just made it pink because I can. Then I added another widget because these social little icons were not big enough for me. So I just went in and added my own. This is another widget that they have. You have your instant home value, which is really in the area. If you have like a separate website, you can add all these great widgets so that you can generate leads on another website. And then of course the carousels. But as you notice, if I change my color template, it changes the color and the look and feel of my website. So that's pretty cool. I was doing all that. And then the rest we can't really change. So I just wanted to at least show you some cool things. And if you use MailChimp, let me go into I've already X'd out of it, so it wouldn't let me do it. But so I used MailChimp and I was able to create a widget pop-up using inside of my MailChimp. So after 20 seconds, this little pop-up box comes on my website for people to sign up for my newsletter. Those are all pretty cool, right? All these little additions we can add. So lots of fun. Something else I realized is so I just did this one, on our reviews. Remember how the Zillow reviews were not really working when we put in our screen name? What we discovered is if you add in your reviews, that's again under web IDX, go over here to website content. This is where testimonials area. So you can just copy paste. This is also where you can add in, if you have a lot of Zillow reviews, put in your email or your screen name, one or the other. I always use a screen name. It works just perfect. But if what we need to do is manually add a testimonial, and for me, I still would copy and paste at least 20 of them because I'm going to show you how this displays. So, and then we can add it up to your header and everything, the reviews. So here is the Zillow sync. So that's why if you don't have a manual, these are manual. So it looks much better when you manually add them, you can see them. This is where the Zillow widget comes into place, is over in this little sidebar. So even though these are basically same, they're displayed differently. So that's what we did, is we just copy and paste manually like 20 reviews from our Zillow, but we also have the full Zillow feed with this 5-star and stuff like that. We just couldn't, we thought there was something wrong with the Zillow feed because I am having issues on other sites with that Zillow sync, but we did figure this out. So that was a good thing. And again, we changed her color as red. So all these buttons, everything is red, whereas mine's like an aqua. I just wanted to be completely different than everybody else to show how you can really make it your own, and your branding, color matching, your logos to put up here, all that kind of fun stuff. And we have a chat. Let's see. Subcategory. Can't really do a subcategory. You can do one category.
No,
And is that
Milton
like,
was talking about.
so what was that?
That was what Milton was talking about in the beginning, that he did subcategories.
Oh, you made hashtags.
I do hashtags, but I thought he was talking about it showing up at the top of the screen.
That would be, if you can do that if you saved. If you go and you save anything, like if I'm over here on my CRM, see how it says like all contacts, my contacts, and I have like elite agents. If I come over here to filter and I only want sphere, or I only want, maybe I want new leads because I want to be able to focus on those to turn them into an active lead. I can come over here, or I can, what's their behavior, contact details. So I can do, or you can select a hashtag. So if I come over and you can say a hashtag is not, and I don't know what hashtags I may have. Because I have to like know what I'm going to type in. So if you have a hashtag, you can save that right there. And I think I already did that let me see if, yeah, I don't have anything and nothing's popping up because I don't Oop, I don't have anything. But so all you have to do is here's like agent website. So I put in whatever criteria. And then I'm going to come down here. I can apply it just to see the results. Or if it's something I'm going to do a lot, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to save those filters. I'm going to give it a name because I have no idea what I just did. Pin this filter as a quick link at the top. I'm just going to pin it and I'm going to save it. That is how now I have here, whatever, especially I would do it as you're doing like squeeze pages or landing pages or areas, something like that. You're doing those text codes. You may want to put that right up on top to make it super easy instead of like, oh my gosh, I have all these contacts. I may just want to go right over here to test. Then I'm only going to pull in that criteria, whatever that may be.
Do you know how many of those that we can have up top?
It'll just keep looping.
Okay,
So you'll want as many as it looks okay for you.
and can you remove them or can you?
Absolutely. So if I click on that, or I come back over to, where did I go? Yes, you can remove them. I remove them all the time. I just have to remember how. But yes, I've done that before. So if I come over, filters applied, I want to come up here to settings. Here's what's showing. I'm just gonna, I can delete it. I don't need it. Yeah. Be gone. I don't need you. Gone. So yes, I know there was a way, I just haven't done it a lot, but yes.
And can you move them around?
Let me add another one real quick. Let me say filters, test, and because right now I only have one. So now I'm going to come over here. And it doesn't look like it's going to let me like drag and drop. So let me just save it and see. Yeah, it doesn't let me move it.
Okay.
So I am curious. I'm going to see if it's in order or, yeah. So it's in order, I guess, of where I put them. I'll have to play with that. It'd be nice if I could just drag and drop it, or in here, you would think it would let you drag and drop up here. And that's if you wanted to just show up as a saved search in your filters, or if you want the button up top. That's what this quick link on the CRM is, what creates a box. But if I don't have the box, it'll still be there in my filters as like a saved search, but not as my a little button.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, and I'll just keep talking away unless you guys ask me any questions, or if anybody has had, Nancy, how have you been? I know you've been on every meeting, but
I know, but I need to make an appointment with you because I'm lost.
You're lost. What are you
Well,
struggling with? Or are you letting the system kind of work it, or?
I'm need to call you. A lot of this is above my head. So
It's a lot of work. Don't overthink it. Allow the system to try to work these leads for you. I would make sure you have that mobile app and have that notification setting.
I do.
So that way you can, at least when it's important, you'll get notified via the app, or you can turn on for it to text you too. To me, that's like almost too much because I get too much anyway. But at least they are, helping us work those leads to try to convert them, to try to move them into different categories and getting them to be interactive with us. That's the main goal, so that we can convert them into go showing properties and, stuff like that.
I will, next week I'll schedule something with you and then we can go through it and
Okay. And then
try to figure out.
the mobile app, Vinny, you will want to wait until you get that, because you want it to be attached to you instead of just going to the app store.
Gotcha.
So when you ask what the name is, a note, don't do it that way. But so just text it to you. That way it's connected to you. And when you log in, it is your RE/MAX login credentials that you'll set up. Same thing with the mobile house, the mobile, I can't even talk. The open house app is awesome. Has anyone done an open house to play with this? Don't you guys want to go do an open house just so you can have an iPad set up with this cool app?
Absolutely.
Yes. So Benny, once you
I've-
get that, I'm sure people will want you to do open houses for them. And you
I've
can-
done it and I just set my Chromebook. I do it and I just put my Chromebook up at the very front table and then they have to enter all their information. The one thing that I've found is that you can choose whether you want to require phone numbers, require emails. I feel it's better to do it optional because if you do it as a required, then you lose all their information if they don't want to fill it all out.
Right. And I've always, phone numbers, I think like emails, I think people are just used to doing emails. I get enough calls every day from people trying to sell me insurance because I'm NAR. And I'm like, I haven't been NAR since 2006. Like, take me off your list, so I definitely agree with the optional on the cell phone. Like email, I think we're used to that. Cell phone, I think is a little harder, but if you use that text app, that's another way to be able to grab that correct cell phone number for them to be able to quickly download all of that data for that property. That if you're doing an open house and they see that, text by me to this number at your open house, they're likely to put in that to get all the photos and stuff. And that's going to be a great way for them to remember. And it's also good for you to realize, like, obviously, if they do that, they're pretty interested in that home. It's going to have all your information. And now you can merge those two contacts together, if that makes sense. So I do love the combination of the text app. And I agree. I even have the same thing with any of the landing pages I create. I always leave that cell phone optional because otherwise I'm putting in 555-1212 because I'm the same way. I get enough junk and, I just don't trust anyone. Like it is what it is. So I'm one of those consumers. You're going to get a Mickey Mouse phone number, but I'll give you my email because that's not as, I don't know. It's like I'm used to getting promotional stuff in my email. I just don't need more of that on my cell phone. But so I agree with that. Open house is great. Definitely. So nobody's made like a text writer or a text code or anything cool like that yet?
No.
Not yet. Well, Mel, I
Heather,
know organize.
quick question.
Yeah.
So I downloaded on the phone.
Yep.
But in the checklist, it hasn't checked me off.
Is there a video
Video for what?
for in the checklist?
It says download mobile apps.
Yeah, I don't, because I only had the broker one.
Yeah, this is in the checklist. It says complete your profile. That's done. Download mobile app. I did it, but it's not checked off. Personalize your website, add your contacts. But I don't know if anyone has experienced that or
Yeah, I
not.
think
I have too.
there's a video to watch how to download it, even though we're smart enough to figure it out on our own. So you just have to play it in the background and then it'll check it off.
And what I do is I take the little button all the way to the very end and then I hit play. So I have like 4 seconds and then it checks it off. So usually those prompts are the videos to clear those, to give you that checklist. There's usually a video, play that. But if you really don't want to play it, I'm going to say you should watch it, right? Because you're supposed to watch them. But what I had to do, because I had to do this for like 15 people, I just scroll that all the way to the end. So I have 2 seconds of video and then I can click next, or you see the complete, and then it knocks it off your list.
I actually watched the video, but it still won't check it off
And you watched it all the way to the end?
all the way to the end.
And you too? Now it makes me want to log into an account. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, because that pop-up.
I got through all
the.
the other ones, but not that one.
Yeah,
And I
I'll-
would say to use the chat, but I think support is like so overwhelmed at this point.
I'm sure.
I
With their
also watched
onboarding.
that video.
And it's just not checking off.
No,
Yeah.
Interesting. We'll have to look into that. Or maybe if I have your login, I can go in there and check something out. I don't know. That's kind of weird. But at least you're going through the steps. But yeah, we want to get through those buttons because they're quite annoying. But I mean, there's a purpose behind them to get through your checklist. So we'll have to look more into that on your buttons and why they're not going away. And
When we Zoom, you can help me with that.
yeah, no, for sure, for sure. And what else? So everyone's downloaded the apps. Love that you use the Open House app, and the Chromebook is perfect because that's more app oriented and just something bigger than like a cell phone makes it a lot easier. Let's see here. What other fun stuff?
still not able to download or copy and paste signature for email. I don't know if anyone else is having issues with that.
I think that's all in your account. I'm not sure. When I meet with them next week, let me see if I have that. So I go into my settings, my profile. Yeah, nothing. So I'm hoping to find out more because I haven't seen a box where anybody can do anything, but I've seen where there is.
You need to-
I've been able to
Heather?
copy and
Yeah.
paste
Go
certain.
to the top of your screen.
What?
If you go to the top of the screen, edit profile, then you can add your signature.
Oh my
See where it
gosh.
says add profile right there? And
Yes.
you go down to
And I just
signature,
do the script. Are you kidding
and
me?
you add what you want.
There you go, Milt.
The shoe's all breaking up.
So what you're gonna do is I go down here and nothing's happening. Like I can't find out. Go up here to edit profile. And now I can come over here and let me go to my compose.
It didn't work for me.
When you clicked on edit,
Yeah, I was able to copy and paste certain things.
oh
Well,
gosh. Woo, okay, that may not be great.
I'm not getting what you just got.
So you're not getting that box. And what browser are you in?
Use Outlook.
Have you maybe try it in Chrome?
No. I'm sorry. Browser. Yes, I use Chrome.
Oh, and that's what I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go and so let me cheat. And you don't get this box here.
No, I'm in it right now. No.
So I can come over, see also.
So I edit profile, go down to the bottom, signature. No.
And you just don't see anything in there. Do you have that?
I see exactly what you're seeing right now.
You see this?
Yes.
And you can't type in there?
Oh, I could type it in there. I have my logo. I have.
Yeah, so just right there, add your logo. I am gonna try to go into and you can do this too. I'm gonna see if this will work. Hold on.
Oh, so you have to build it here. You can't just copy and paste.
You can, we just have to find the code. I was trying to see if I could do that.
Jenna's shaking her head, yes.
Yeah, I'm just looking I was trying to see if in my Gmail, because there used to be a source code.
That's all I did was just copy and paste my Gmail because I am simple as simple.
Yeah, mine
So
just looked super awkward. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe not. And who do I use? I use that Y stamp or something. Let me see. Yeah, so I'll have to play. Like, I don't mind that part. I just can't I can't make this bigger. Or let me see if that worked. Sometimes we just have
And just
to.
make sure you send out a test email to make sure it's the way that you want with your signature.
Yes. So it's like, so there we go. All right, I'm gonna just go with that, and I don't see where there's a save. Oh, up here, okay. So then it's a matter of like going in and just sending an email to me. So if I go to Smart Campaign and I want to, oh, where do I want to go? Let me go to marketing. And I want to send mass email. Nope, I'm just gonna go over to my person and just send myself an email. Send email. So I'm just gonna send it to myself and oops. And I'll copy myself. Social marketing nuts at gmail.com. Just, and I can go here, look at all these different, to be able to send emails. You have all of these different already there templates. I have no idea what this is. That'll work. So I'm going to go ahead and send it to myself because I have a fake whatever. So perfect. So now I can see what that looks like. I don't think. Oh, I don't even know what I sent. Perfect. Cool. That doesn't look like what I just put in there. Huh. Well, interesting. Well, I get to play with that, but at least thank you, Jen, because I was like, my button, nothing happens. So I thought that's what it was. So there is, I mean, you can build it inside of there. To me, there's a lot of like on the website, it's just a matter of building it, just like I did for here. I built this with the icons and my cursive text, and I just built it in the blog, saved the blog, and then I went over and copied that HTML and pasted it in the HTML builder. So it's all a matter of working around. Sometimes we just have to figure out how to be smarter than the computer. They do like a lot of HTML, but when I'm on my, let's go to website settings and make sure I'm on mine. When I'm over here on my website content, oh, you can see. So here's where I changed my color, uploaded pictures. That looks weird there, but that's so I have, you know, just a secondary logo. Come down here in the different body. So the header, this is where it told me to put my MailChimp HTML. Here, I was able to have a form. So I was able to, if I come over here and I go to resources, I built landing page. I don't like the orange button. Orange is totally growing on me now that I live in Tennessee, but I still wanted to play with the button. So if I come over here to the home staging guide, this is a landing page I created. Instead of an orange button, I found coding that I can put on to that header right there. So now all of the landing pages I create will have my color button on it to be different, because I like to be different. So that was just weird coding. And I know enough with HTML to get in trouble, but I do know when I see background color or the button color, I go into Canva and find my little color swab number. Or if you Google, find, you know, color ID number, basically you upload the logo, it has a little eyedropper and it tells you exactly what the hex number is for your web. So I added that. Here is the body. So this did something. Oh, that's the code so that I was able to make any of the widgets that are available to add on to other websites. All of those buttons, I was able to change that. So it'll be my color. So I just go in here and find the color number and replace it. And then this, I haven't really played with too much, but it was a code I found. The big thing, you know, we have a lot of videos on the office website above the content pages. I wanted to bring those over, but I don't know what, you know, YouTube videos, we make it so it looks great on those home pages, right? On those pages that we create, but I don't know what those are going to look like on a mobile phone. So that code is supposed to make it so when somebody's on these pages, these featured areas, and I know we would have one like in Stuart, or we had a whole other page. So see how we have these for each of the cities. this code that I found is to make it so that all of the YouTube video embeds are mobile responsive, meaning they're going to shrink to fit somebody's phone. So I'm just finding all sorts of goodies that I'm playing with. And then this was where I have the little widget at the bottom, wherever I got out of the site, I guess. Oh, there we are. Let me go back to my website. I put a Let's Zoom. This is a Calendly link. I don't know that, it's to schedule an appointment with me. I just wanted to see what that would look like. So I played with it. So it would have a different color button and all that. So that's the great thing, is all of these separate widgets are all on here. And then I also found one that, where am I? Here are we. The only bad thing with having the aqua font is it's so light. I also found a widget so I can put a mortgage calculator on my website. So this is all stuff I'm learning. Don't worry. We're doing a website class is, I believe that's on the 10th when I get back. So I will have all of this together. I'm kind of trying to organize it and play with stuff and see how it works. So that way, when we do our website class on the 10th, we'll be able to do this together. If that makes sense, because all sorts of goodies. There are so many videos out there because kvCORE has been around and so many people use it. So I am just having a load of fun playing with all that. But of course, that's a whole nother class. We'll build our sites together. But any other questions? Because we've done a lot.
Question,
Yes.
of course. Okay,
No,
so
ask away. I learned too.
I want to change my email address, because right now it's picking up miltcoster@remax.net. I have my own domain. I changed it on my from, but I can't change it from my to. Do I need to go into my profile on Max Center?
Is that where you, because Remax, your Remax email isn't really it's just a forwarding email. There's, but your Remax emails go to your app, the domain that you're
Am I-
talking about, right?
Well, it's showing when I was playing around with this, when I send an email, it shows that I think it's coming from, or there's something that's still showing on my profile as miltcoster@remax.net.
And the two probably will, because it is Remax. So just like when you go onto your Remax profile, it shows the Remax email, but that's just a forward. It's not like it, it basically forwards to the email you have in your Max Center profile. But that's how it is on remax.com, where it shows like your email. Everything will always show your remax.net versus the other one, but it's still forward straight to whatever email you have. So mine's the social marketing nut@gmail, even though all my profiles show like it's coming from or whatever from Heather Holiday at remax.net, it still just goes right into my inbox. So I don't really necessarily know the difference on that. So I'm thinking if you're seeing it one way, like on the from, the two, I think it's always going to show the Remax email. I don't think, because that's just a part of your Max Center profile, and I don't think we can change that. And that's just like a Remax thing. But it's not like that's going to some other place. It's still, if anybody emails that, it's still going straight to your inbox.
Okay.
Let's see. Change email. But you haven't synced your Outlook to this yet, correct? Because we're doing that when I get back from there. So there is a way to sync your emails. So that way, when you are going back and forth and somebody's already in kvCORE, it should sync all that. You can do that with Gmail or Outlook.
I did do my Outlook. It is syncing now.
Oh, okay, good.
Did that yesterday. However, what it is, it's pulling in other emails that I don't pull in, and it's putting that right on my front page of when I go into kvCORE. I see all the crap in there that's like, what is that doing there?
It's a little weird because it's basically just bringing in like your emails. I know it was that way when we used Real Geeks. It was kind of weird to be able to
It should
like
just come into the person that it's connected to.
It should.
Got to figure that one out.
But I think that's because I know how Real Geeks, it was like I don't want to see all that. Like, I just want the stuff to go inside of the actual person's stuff. So that's going to be up to you if you want it to sync or not, because that's just how that part works.
Maybe
It
they
is
could-
nice
maybe
when
they
you
could
do send stuff. But it is a little awkward when you're on your dashboard and like every email pulls over. Only you see that, but it's still, I don't know, like I feel violated when I see all that. Like I don't want that to be on my dashboard. It just seems weird. I don't know. Even though you're the only one that see it, I get it. It's a little awkward, weird. I don't know. Personal, like I don't want to see all that stuff all the time. And I'm horrible at keeping my inbox clean.
So how do you even clean your inbox?
Luckily I am a label freak. So everybody who emails me, if they're anybody, they're getting labeled. So like when you email me, you're going under like Remax's Stuart agents. So then what I do is every couple months, I just go and I archive my entire inbox. So when I archive it, I'm not deleting, and everyone who's emailed me is still in their label. But then I have a 0 inbox. So I do that whenever like I'm going to R4. So I will do it before I do theirs. So it's a nice clean slate when I'm trying to work and not having to thumb through everything. It's just ridiculous the amount of emails we all get, but that's how I clean it. I just click select all 5,000 and just archive them. Be gone.
So there's no way to clean them out of kvCORE?
Maybe I think it should be mirroring like what's in your inbox. So if you have stuff inside of your inbox, that's what's showing up. Or if you obviously if you delete them or archive them, or because same with Outlook, I had all my labels in there, so they should be able to clean up. I'm assuming it's going to match your inbox.
I don't think so.
So it's like, even if you delete something from your inbox, it's still showing up in kvCORE. And I don't know how that sync works as far as time wise or anything like that, but I'll put it on my notes. So that way, when I'm doing that full day class, I can make sure to add that to my list of how that sync works.
Sure.
I have my long list of stuff. All right. Anything else? Anyone else having any struggles or anything like that? But it is all new. We're all still learning. It's a lot of good stuff coming down. We're going to have another mastermind with a topic at the end of March. And then on the 10th, we're going to be going over the basics. By then I'll have a lot of those HTML codes. If somebody wants it, I'm going to have it in Google Drive for you guys, and it'll be in your hub so that we can manipulate colors and definitely going over. They put in a ton of cool widgets, and I'm having a blast playing with them, but we'll get more into that to really be able to customize that, the look and feel of your website, so it doesn't look like everybody else's. And we want that for everyone to be able to make it your own. So that is going to be, that's on the 10th, right? That's a Friday. And hopefully I'll be able to have some goodies and be able to have some good ideas for mastermind topics, or basically any information that I am taking away from R4. We're going to add to the end of the month, which I believe is the 24th, for our mastermind. And we'll come up with a topic after R4. And I mean, that whole week there, basically any class I'm doing is on kvCORE. So beware of the knowledge and the scariness. Because I'll have a lot of it.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thank
And
you,
then Benny,
Heather.
once you get that welcome email and you set up your Remax, just shoot me over, reply to the email I sent. And that way I can be checking it, because I will have my computer and be working when I'm at R4. Because I get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and that's usually when I go to bed over there. So we'll see.
Okay, thank you so much.
I'll sleep when I come home.
Thank you. I have a lot of questions, but I'm gonna wait till I go through the initiation process. I have to write a lot of them.
Perfect. And
Thank
just so you know, we have a lot of stuff on the hub, there's tons of different classes, videos, all that kind of goodie. And I'll be cleaning this up because we don't need this. That is going to be, it is right here, the first one. There's lots of great videos, but we'll add today's session here, and then we'll basically make another line as we get through it. But just know we have a ton of resources on your hub site. If there's something that you feel would be beneficial to you and it's not on the hub on any of the pages, please let us know so that we can add it on there. This hub is for you guys, so we try to add as much content that we feel you guys would want. But if there's something not on there that you think would be great, always let us know so we can get it up there.
You mentioned before you have MailChimp and Canvas and other things. Do we still need all that stuff with this system?
No. I was trying to play with widgets and adding HTML, and a lot of people do use MailChimp. We're going to figure out a way so that I can be creating the newsletters on your behalf in the system, so that way you won't have to think about it. You just opt in and say, yeah, let my clients see all the local events going on this month and, in the area. But I have to learn how to do that first. So
And as far as Canvas, because I do have Canvas and I use it a lot for flyers and events and stuff. Can you do all that stuff through kvCORE or the design center? We still have it? I don't know.
Design, they are like right now, Design Center went over to Megaphone. We will have Design Center inside of here. They'll be moving all of the design flyers into MAXTech. So it'll be getting rid of that part of Megaphone, and Megaphone will be more for the ads. That's part of that home snap, but that's not until I believe everybody is onboarded. So they were talking summertime, although they are mass onboarding right now. So it may be before summertime, and that'll be in our marketing that will actually have what they're calling Design Center, which will have all the flyers and social posts. And I don't know if you've ever heard of CirclePix.
No. Would it have automation for social media and stuff?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
basically CirclePix was all that automation, and Inside Real Estate, who, that's the big umbrella for kvCORE, they bought out CirclePix, and that's what they're naming Design Center. So we'll have all that. I think they're just waiting for everyone to be onboarded with kvCORE to open that up. But we'll also be playing with the Core Present. That blew my mind at the broker owner. But right now, I just feel before we start, doing all the lead generation stuff, we really need that foundation of understanding, the whole lead process and all of that. So stay tuned. We'll be playing with Core Present, and maybe we'll make that part of our mastermind at the end of March, because I haven't touched on that yet, but lots of good stuff coming our way for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks
You're
for your time.
welcome.
Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
Heather.
Yeah.
You guys have it.
I will
have a
see
good day,
some of you guys next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a good.
Francis is gonna be there. I'm gonna be there, and we'll have a great time.
Hey, thank you.
fun for me.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, everyone.
Absolutely. Bye,
Have a good
guys.
day, guys. Take
Bye-bye.
care.
Have a beautiful day. Thank you.
Woo, woo. When do you get there?
Hang on, let me stop recording.